On Sunday, which is expected to be a day of rest, a slow day, a massive legal and political development has happened. The Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, the number two man in Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Manish Sisodia, has been arrested by CBI. So, what are the legal reasons of the arrest? I will discuss politics of what both the parties are saying, but I want to focus on the legal aspects. But before I do that, I am doing this in the beginning in English because I have not been on my English YouTube in a long time. And I got a lot of social media messages where people say that this news, this development, people from all parts of India are interested in it, and I should cover at least twice a week in English. So I am doing the initial part in English. The question answers जो आप मुझसे सवाल पूछेंगे, क्योंकि बहुत सवाल आ रहे हैं, अभी भी यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं, वो मैं हिंदी में जवाब दूंगा. So if you are joining for the first time and you do not know that I have an English channel, I do. So you can please subscribe to the channel and follow it on Facebook. हिंदी में आप जुड़ रहे हैं तो आप जानते ही हैं, मैं वो तो रोज रेगुलरली करता हूं. So what has happened? Firstly, the sections under which Manish Sisodia has been booked. Second aspect, what is the liquor scam? Third aspect, there is reference to a South lobby, which was instrumental in the scam as per the sources of investigative agencies. Fourth aspect, what are the future developments which are likely to happen, legally speaking? So, first, let me come to the aspect of this liquor scam. Policy was changed, excise policy of Delhi was changed, and CBI later, on the report of LG, which was done, or the forwarding of the report by the LG, decided to register the FIR. Mr. Sisodia was summoned, but before him, there have been other arrests in this case. The most prominent of them, if I may, is Mr. I'm sorry, I don't know what played out. Is Mr. Vijay Nair, as well as the chartered accountant of the daughter of the Chief Minister of Telangana. She is herself an MLC. So there is this South lobby as per CBI, which is relevant to this investigation. Now let me come to what are the basic reasons as is being coming out through various sources of the arrest. Reason number one, it is said that the phone of Mr. Sisodia changed multiple times. Various chats have been lost, which they want to recover. That's what the sources in media are saying. Number two, that the file relating to the decision making is not available. Please understand, whether there is a scam or there is not a scam, the allegations are the new liquor policy increased the profit margin of the liquor barons. I'm not calling them mafia. I'm just saying liquor barons. If they were involved in corruption, then they are mafia also. The liquor sellers, the liquor manufacturers. So the profit margin was increased massively. Second aspect, policies were tailor-made and implemented to benefit certain vested interests. Now the file of this decision, obviously a file has to be passed, right? A government department, nothing happens without the file. हम जो कहते हैं कि भैया फाइल ही आगे नहीं चलती, डिपार्टमेंट में मल्टीपल डिपार्टमेंट से जाती है. Allegation as of now is that the file, the material file, the relevant file is not available. That is missing. Now that's a very serious allegation. That is a very serious thing. Because whether there is a scam or not, a government file missing in itself would be very serious. Let us see whether this source of what the media is reporting is factual. Does CBI say this in court, or this is just one of those source things? Because I think it's a very relevant factor. True, then it will be very relevant. If not true, then of course it will not be relevant. The other aspect of this is that kickbacks were paid, bribes were paid. The allegation is that bribes, the fundraising was done to fund certain campaigns, probably in Goa and other places. So then there will be a decisive money trail also. These are broadly the allegations. Now, the politics behind it. BJP says Mr. Kejriwal came out with the slogan of Kattar Imandar. His number three is in jail. The health minister, Mr. Jain, is today in jail and has been in jail for a long while. Now, the number two, the deputy chief minister, and the number two of the party also in public imagination, probably officially also, Mr. Sisodia has also been arrested. So BJP says that they were indulging in massive corruption. The political answer of Aam Aadmi Party is misuse of CBI and ED. Actually, ED has not arrested Mr. Sisodia yet. I do not know what ED will do tomorrow. And that is just vendetta politics to try to suppress Aam Aadmi Party. These are the broad political allegations. I don't want to get into that. Let us stick to the legal aspects of it because this is a high profile arrest and it's for CBI to justify it in court tomorrow. In 24 hours of arrest, you have to take the accused before the court to seek his remand. That so it will be done tomorrow. The more germane and pertinent part of it, and I will now in 1 minute finish in English and then come to Hindi so that आपके जो सवाल हैं you can ask me in Hindi, but I will be regular on English, so you please follow the English channel. The most germane and relevant part is because a lot of people are asking this: how did the arrest happen? So let's be very clear. It is not a case that somebody raided the house of Manish Sisodia and arrested him in the night. He was duly summoned. In the last summons, 41A, he sought time saying, I'm the finance minister and I need to work on presenting the budget. He was granted that time by CBI. I think it was February 19th, and he was granted that time. So he knew that I have been summoned by CBI. In fact, today, multiple statements were made by the deputy chief minister saying, I may be arrested. The chief minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, had also said, Manish ko to arrest karenge, or words to that effect. So, in law now, because I'm coming only to law, if a person believes, and it's not a sudden arrest, a person believes I'm likely to be arrested, if their name is in the FIR, if they have been summoned, they always have the option of going to court and seeking anticipatory bail. That gives you a protection if your facts, the case, the law is in your favor. Then you can't be arrested. Please understand. Again, I'm repeating. Very often, police arrests without summons, without adequate warning, and I think that is wrong in this case or in any case. Below 7 years cases, the police must send a summons. And in this case, there were raids also in the house of and the office and the bank locker of Mr. Manish Sisodia. So it is not a sudden case. It has a history to it. The decision legally not to seek anticipatory bail is a legal advice he received, but it does raise a question that if you are very confident of your case, why didn't you seek it? Now, there could also be a political answer that political parties make political strategies, whether they benefit in one way or the other from that. That I can't answer for you. But it's a factual aspect that anticipatory bail, to the best of my knowledge, was not sought, or if it was sought, it was rejected. So, what is likely to happen tomorrow? From the defense side, the usual arguments are A, that there is no case, B, that you are not a flight risk, that you are not running away from the country, C, that you will not intimidate or influence the witness, versus the CBI case, heinousness of the offense, the likelihood of recovery and your need to recover, the need to confront accused. See, there are arrested people in this case. I'm not even going on the South lobby. There are arrested people in this case. So sometimes you need to confront them. Recovery of phones, data, mobile, whatever the recoveries they want to do, as well as the ability to influence witness or intimidate witness. So these are the two contrary legal factors, parameters on which the case is decided. The biggest is We have to wait and see tomorrow what the CBI says is the reason for arrest. Is there actually a missing file? Are the mobile phones actually missing? Because media might be saying it. But if CBI says it officially in court, then it becomes official, or it's just source-based thing, and that is of no relevance in a court of law. अब मैं ज़रा हिंदी में आता हूँ, आपके कुछ सवाल हैं, तो मैं आपके ले लेता हूँ। व्हाट डू यू थिंक विल हैपन नेक्स्ट? भाई कोर्ट के अंदर कौन प्रिडिक्ट कर सकता है? बट सीबीआई के लिए बहुत प्रेशर है। प्रेशर इसलिए है कि अगर आप अरेस्ट जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली उसमें आपकी इंस्टीट्यूशनल क्रेडिबिलिटी को, आपकी साख को बहुत धक्का लगेगा, क्योंकि ये बिग पॉलिटिकल अरेस्ट है। ये तो एक फैक्चुअल बात है, आपकी साख को धक्का लगेगा। और अगर आप जस्टिफाई कर पाते हैं, जैसे आप एक बात भूल रहे हैं, नंबर 3 थे पार्टी में मिस्टर जैन, नंबर 3 हेल्थ मिनिस्टर सत्येंद्र जैन, बड़े मंत्री थे। मेरे ख्याल से वो अभी भी मंत्री हैं जेल में होने के बावजूद। मुझे नहीं लगता उनको कैबिनेट से ड्रॉप किया गया। तो पूरा समर्थन कर रहे हैं आम आदमी पार्टी और मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल, जितना मुझे याद है। तो नंबर 3 या हेवी वेट मिनिस्टर का जेल में होना, क्योंकि हेल्थ मॉडल का आम आदमी पार्टी के अनुसार उन्होंने बहुत प्रचार किया है। दूसरी बात, नंबर 2 फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर का जेल में होना बहुत बड़ी बात है कट्टर ईमानदारी के ऊपर। और अगर आप बेल ले पाते हैं, जल्दी छूट पाते हैं, तो सीबीआई पे सवाल उठेंगे। आप नहीं छूट पाते तो उसके लिए मैं आगे का सवाल ले लेता हूं। आपके लिए लीगली स्पीकिंग एंड बीजेपी के लिए इमोशनली नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं है ऐसा। कोई बीजेपी के लिए इमोशनली नहीं, अपने आप को मैं जानकारी देना चाहता हूं आपको, तो मैं इसलिए लीगली बात कर रहा हूं। और क्रिमिनल केस के अंदर मुझे लगता है हमें लीगली भी बात करनी चाहिए। पॉलिटिकली तो आपको बहुत न्यूज़ चैनल्स पे मिल जाएगी, दोनों पार्टी की आपको सारे ओपिनियंस मिल ही जाएंगे। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बात, मेरा पर्पस ये है टू टॉक टू यू लीगली, क्योंकि पॉलिटिकली आपको बढ़ बढ़ के इसमें तो दिस विल बी अ पॉलिटिकल महाभारत। बिकॉज लेट्स बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, आम आदमी पार्टी इज प्रोबेबली द यंगेस्ट बिग पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया। 10 साल हुए हैं। It's the only party except Congress, I think, which is ruling in 2 states. Technically, Delhi is not a state, but let's say it has 2 chief ministers, except Congress and BJP, of course. And it's a party which believes it's growing. It got 10%, 13% in Gujarat. And it does, Mr. Kejriwal does have a pan-India name recall. नेम रिकॉल जो कॉन्सेप्ट होता है कि कितनी जनता जानती है, तो उनका एक डिसेंट नाम का रिकॉल है बहुत जगहों पे। नॉर्थ में ज्यादा होगा प्रिज्यूमेबली, बट एक नेम रिकॉल है। सो ये बिग पॉलिटिकल फेस्ट होना है, तो पॉलिटिकल बातें तो आपको पॉलिटिशियन से मिल ही जाएंगे। जब ये बात ठंडी हो जाएगी, तो आप चाहेंगे तो मैं दूसरी हैट, पॉलिटिकल एनालिसिस वाली हैट पहन के तब डिस्कस करूंगा, अभी नहीं। सर इज इन ईडी could have been arrested long back. Maybe agency do not have enough evidence. Very good to hear. See, there are 2 ways of looking at this. अगर एजेंसी जल्दी अरेस्ट करे तो लोग बोलते हैं बिना एविडेंस के राजनीति के लिए अरेस्ट कर रही है। लाइक मिस्टर जैन, व्हेन ही वाज अरेस्टेड, आई थिंक हिमाचल इलेक्शंस वर येट टू हैपन एंड ही वाज द हेड ऑफ organizing the campaign for Aam Aadmi Party in Himachal, and a narrative was raised that he has been arrested to stop the chances of Aam Aadmi Party in Himachal. Now there are no elections. I don't think so. AAP is in a serious way in any major election in the next month or 2 months. I don't think so there's an election in the next month. So that argument falls flat on its face. आज आप नहीं बोल सकते कि भैया इस चुनाव में हमें डिस्टेबलाइज करने के लिए किया है, जबकि हिमाचल में जो भी रिजल्ट आया हो, आई डोंट थिंक सो आम आदमी पार्टी ने कुछ अच्छा परफॉर्म किया, बट यू कुड टेक दैट ग्राउंड। सो अरेस्ट की टाइमिंग पे तो इतना इशू नहीं है इस समय। हाँ, जस्टिफिकेशन तो होगी, और अगर सीबीआई जल्दी अरेस्ट करे तो भी पॉलिटिकल सवाल उठते हैं, और डेमोक्रेसी में उठने चाहिए। और सीबीआई साल 1.5 साल इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद करे, तब भी आप बोल सकते हैं कि सीबीआई के पास सफिशिएंट ग्राउंड नहीं है। सो आई कांट आंसर दैट, वो तो कोर्ट में कल तय हो जाएगा। बट जल्दी या लेट अरेस्ट in itself, I don't think so, is a major factor in deciding if the arrest is right or wrong. Is deciding अगर साबित हो गया कितनी सजा होगी। Well, firstly, jail pending trial और bail pending trial is different from सजा। सजा इज कन्विक्शन. सजा के अंदर आई थिंक ही इज बीन अरेस्टेड अंडर सेक्शंस which have minimum of 3 years and maximum of maximum of 7 years in one of the sections. And plus there are conspiracy etc charges also on him. So let me just tell you the sections and how much time is he likely to if convicted. But please understand, we are not at the stage of conviction yet. We are at the stage of bail right now. We are not even at the stage of charge. So there are multiple stages. First FIR, then the agency investigates, charge sheet, then in court, is the court going to frame charges on you? That's the third part. So wo part is when they frame charges, and then obviously conviction or acquittal. So they are maximum 7 years and minimum 3 years in one of the sections. 120B is all obviously there, and also another section IPC की धाराएं लगाई हैं. So basically 7 years maximum, and that let's see, but that is obviously going to happen later. So whether it will be CBI custody or judicial, yes, that's a different thing. If CBI does not get custody and it's judicial custody, then they will immediately also apply for bail. So CBI, I presume, will seek CBI custody because that's how you carry investigation forward. Judicial custody is different from police custody because when you're wanting to investigate, then you have to seek the investigative agencies. Will Kejriwal be framed? See, I framed is what? You think the agency will create false narrative or false evidence or false grounds to arrest him? I don't think so that agencies should frame anybody. Anybody. That's very wrong as a citizen for you to either ask, even if you don't like Mr. Kejriwal, framing him would be wrong. But if there is a case against anybody, that has to be taken to its logical conclusion. At least that's what I understand from your question. Sisodia ki to, why did he not seek anticipatory bail? I'm telling you, legally the option was available. What was the legal advice or political advice that they did not seek it? I can't answer that. That they have to see. But the legal option is always there to seek anticipatory bail. Why not? Why not? May election in another KB. Tomorrow there is election in Nagaland, Meghalaya, and May election in Karnataka, and Nagaland will good for nothing. In Karnataka, that's what I'm saying. Objectively speaking, Aam Aadmi Party is not even trying to make a case that they are having a big election coming up anyways. So anyways, this will be a huge political and legal hearing tomorrow. Whatever happens, I will come to you to explain it to you. What is happening in court. I will not try to take sides when I'm talking legally, and so that you at least understand what's happening, because media will and political parties both will spin their own narrative of court's proceedings, है ना. कल कोर्ट में जो भी होगा, दोनों अपनी विजय बताने की कोशिश करेंगे या दोनों दिखाना चाहेंगे कि किस तरह काम हो रहा है. बट ऑब्जेक्टिवली, न्यूट्रली, लीगली कल कोर्ट हेयरिंग के बाद मैं आऊंगा, तो आप इंग्लिश चैनल और हिंदी चैनल दोनों पे जरूर जुड़िएगा. भारत माता की जय.